Whereas Section 18 Hindu Marriage Act does not restrict either in terms of the age or in terms of gender. So under Hindu Marriage Act it is open. A minor can also be prosecuted. But if he is below 18 years, then naturally the Juvenile Justice Act would come into play. That would be a different aspect, how to deal with the prosecution of a minor. But a minor can be prosecuted and punished. And such minor may be husband or may be wife. Any one of can be prosecuted. It is not so that only male can be prosecuted, as in case of the Prohibition of Children Act. One more important aspect, that if one party is minor, other is major, and major is being prosecuted, and major says that his wife herself induced him or enticed him to run away and get married. So role of the wife is contributory. He has contributed. Whether he is the victim or an accomplice. In such cases, such minor would be treated as a victim of the crime, not the accomplice of the crime. So, such minor cannot be prosecuted. So this is all about default of the age clause. Now come to the default of the next clause, that is section 5 clause 3 okay, complete 4. 4 and 5 we are taking it together. Sapinda, prohibited degrees of Sapinda relationship and the prohibited relationship within degrees of prohibited relationship and Sapinda clause. If a marriage has been solemnized in violation of these two clauses, such marriage is a void marriage or the voidable marriage. Both such marriages contravening any one of these two clauses would be a void marriage where it has been declared so. Section 11 Hindu Marriage Act makes or declares such marriage to be a void marriage. Now question is whether such marriages and the persons violating these two provisions can be prosecuted and punished. Is any penalty is prescribed?
Yes.
The answer lies in section 18. Section 18 makes it punishable with the same punishment of 2 years. For clause 4 and 5, for these two clauses, the maximum punishment is different. That is simple imprisonment up to 1 month and fine, which may extend to 1,000 rupees. So you must be very much clear in your notes and chart. This is the marriage. What is the legal effect of such marriage? Is there any punishment prescribed? Under which law? How much? One more important aspect we discussed, that if an act is punishable under two acts, Hindu Marriage Act as well as under IPC, which or under provision of the Child Marriage Act, which is to be applied. The general rule is that if 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 an act is has been made punishable under a general law, that is the law of the crimes, for example IPC, and under a special law like SC/ST Act and other acts like Hindu Marriage Act, then he should be prosecuted under the special act. So special law will prevail over the general law, because special law has been made specifically to address or deal with the situations specifically. So special law will prevail over the general law. After completing this, we also have gone through the very important and nowadays a very burning topic, irretrievable breakdown of the marriages, which the Law Commission has also recommended to be incorporated as a ground for divorce. I also elaborately discussed when a marriage is said to be a breakdown irretrievably. Section 14. Before moving to section 14, we will just have a fresh look on section 13B, divorce by mutual consent. This is a liberal provision to get a divorce by mutual consent. When both the parties are living separately for a period of 1 year or more, and they have not been able to live together, and they have already also mutually agreed that their marriage should be dissolved, they will not be in a position to carry it out further. So both the parties can move through a joint petition stating therein that we are living for more than years or more than 1 year separately, and we are no more interested in continuing this bond, matrimonial bond. Here in a petition under section 13B, there is no need to mention the real grounds. The real grounds may be different or may not be there. Sometimes why a marriage is broken down? The marriage is broken down for grounds mentioned under section 13, cruelty, desertion, venereal disease, so many grounds have been mentioned. But sometimes the situation may arise wherein no such ground exists. Suppose husband and wife both are their minds never coincide. There is a difference of opinion, difference of thought, difference of culture, difference of the tradition, difference in temperaments. A number of reasons may be there which may lead to living separately by one spouse and leaving the association of the other spouse. What to do if husband and wife cannot sit even for an hour together with love and the affection? and they don't have any ground for divorce under section 13, it will be like a hell to both the husband and wife, and to come out of such hell, the law provided it a remedy that without disclosing the real reasons, you can opt for divorce by mutual consent. But it does not mean that nothing should be written in the petition. At least it should be written in the petition that on account of their differences, deeply rooted differences in their culture, thought, whatever it may be, they have not been able to live together for a year. So this is moving the petition under section 13B jointly is called the first motion of the mutual divorce. On first motion, both the parties are present in the court and have moved this petition. The court will fix a date after 6 months, but not later than 1.5 years, 18 months. So minimum 6 months time has to be granted to these parties, such parties. The reason behind giving too much of time is that they may have a rethink on it and may change their decision. So again, the theory of the cooling down has been applied. The parties must be given time to cool down and have a rethink on it, and they may not decide to go further for mutual divorce. After completion of the 6 months, both the parties have to come again before the court in person. Very important, in person. On first date, parties were required to remain present in person, and on second motion also, parties are required to remain present in court in person. And they will move a second motion. Even after passing of these 6 months, we have not changed our mood and decision, and we are still want divorce, so our marriage be dissolved by a decree of divorce by mutual consent. And on second motion, if court is satisfied, then court will grant a decree of divorce by mutual consent. So in fact it is a non-contesting litigation, and the judgment is pronounced on the basis of on a compromise between the parties. Some special highlights also needs to be remembered, and one must have in his or her mind those highlights of the Hindu Marriage Act. You can note it down in the under a head of the special highlights. The first highlight would be Section 14, no petition for divorce to be presented within 1 year of the marriage. The first restriction for any petition, whether it be the restitution of the conjugal rights, divorce or separation, within 1 year of the marriage, no petition can be filed. It is a barred restriction. But the proviso says in extraordinary circumstances where it will not be possible to wait for 1 year, the court may relax it and court may permit it to file it before expiry of the 1 year. Why? Suppose divorce petition is being filed on the ground of the insanity, and keeping the relation continued for a year will have a novel to be written. Or suppose one of the spouse is having some communicable disease, so again keeping it pending for 1 year will have a disastrous effects. So in such extraordinary circumstances and calculating the hardships to be faced by the parties, court can relax it. Before 1 year, if petition is to be filed, a formal permission is to be sought from the court. First permission is to be sought and then the petition can be filed. Another highlight to be remembered lies in section 23, which says that in a pending petition for any relief by any spouse, the other party can claim a counter claim of any relief. He or she need not to file a separate petition. So counter claim can be filed.